Hey all, Justice here from Fuzz Imp. It's 2026. I haven't made a full-length YouTube video in some time. If you are unfamiliar, check out fuzzimp.com to learn more about the pedals. Tons of really cool models, tons of really cool effects for any kind of player. One of the funny misconceptions about Fuzz Imp is that it's only fuzz pedals. While fuzz pedals are awesome and definitely, what I get inspired by and focus on, drive pedals in general is kind of the direction of Fuzz Imp. So check out fuzzimp.com. I'll have a link below. And let's just do a little housekeeping, catch up on what's been going on. So I'm here at the bench working. I finally got a new iPhone for recording videos, which is awesome. I was on an iPhone 11 for a really long time. Hopefully this video quality upgrade is a welcome addition. I think it will be. One thing I've got here is these Machina 2 in pink. Sorry. One of the things that I've got here is Machina 2 in pink, which are really cool looking. They have like this satin matte finish to them. They're really good looking. And yeah, I've got a few things in the works for this year, even just starting out this year. One of the things that's coming really soon is some hammered purple enclosures. Some fans of the brand would be familiar with things like these hammered teal enclosures. This is also a Machina 2. And the reason I'm bringing up Machina 2 so much is looking back at the sales numbers for last year, just to get an idea of how things went and what people were interested in. Machina 2 was actually the best seller last year, which, I mean, I make a lot of them. It doesn't overly surprise me, but given that it's kind of the flagship pedal, it's a little more of a pro pedal in terms of like it's got a lot of controls. It's kind of an unusual dual pedal. I was actually a little surprised to learn that Machina 2 was the best performing pedal of 2025. And I am sure it will continue to be a really strong addition into this year. One interesting thing that I've noticed, and I may have to address this down the road, my favorite supplier of germanium transistors that go into these no longer is available. I was getting them from a seller from eBay that's based out of Bulgaria, and they aren't selling anything anymore, which sucks because these batches were super consistent, and so I have a finite amount of these transistors. Now in the early days I used a different set, and at times I will have to adjust and correct for different transistors, but right now this is the ones that I have, and I have less than 50 left, which means potentially I will only make another 20 Machinas or so, which I'm not opposed to. I've made a little over 100, about 110 of them so far. If I can source more, which I will make an effort to do, that would end up working out really well. But yeah, so that's stuff. I've got Purple Hammered coming. Those are going to get released as Furia. So Furia was one of the new models last year. I'm really proud of how it sounds and looks and feels. It's an HM2 based pedal, but it has some more subtlety to it. It has a big clean blend knob. And I started installing a big clear knob on the center of Furia. There's a collaboration between me and a local Portland band called Cue the Sun that my friend Wyatt started. And big kudos to Ben, the other guitarist who had been using my prototype HM2 pedals that I wasn't initially planning on producing. And then drummer Jack went ahead and created some really cool artwork for one of their t-shirts, which is the piece of artwork you see on the Furia. That's what this is. So yeah, super cool artwork, super cool stuff. I am going to try and prioritize making really good demos this year. Obviously this is a talking video. Maybe I'll do some jamming, but as of right now, this is just a video. But the new iPhone is a huge, great addition. One of the things you may have noticed with Fuzz Imp is that things are more going out of stock more often. That's to reflect what I actually have PCBs for, what I actually have cases either directly on order for or can get quickly. And one of those is to just reduce turnaround times. In the past, Fuzz Imp has, in the distant past, thankfully, the turnaround times on some orders were really long, months and months and months. Now it's down to weeks, sometimes only a couple weeks, sometimes a little bit longer, just depends on the overall volume. Long story short, working on keeping turnarounds tight and inventory very carefully managed so that everyone is getting their stuff quickly. As a small builder on a made to order system, I want everyone to be benefiting from that as good as possible. And yeah, I have no plans to aggressively raise prices or anything like that, even though costs have gone up sometimes substantially. Especially shipping has gone up quite a bit since I started. It's gone up about, I would say, 30%, even just in the 5 years. Oh, yeah, it's January, which is the 5 year anniversary of Fuzz Imp. So I started making pedals in January of 2021, and it's now 2026, so 5 years. And I was starting to sell pedals already pretty late into January. A lot of it was kind of clone builds, but I had already ordered some custom PCBs that a friend designed for me, my friend Lucky. And then I met my designer Jesse, and he was making a lot of designs for me. And then sometime later, I ended up with Bardic, who is my current designer. And we've gone on to great success and have collaborated very well. So those are some of the notable things. And the website was created in March of 2021, and that's when I would say the real start. Back then, the company was called Fuzz Imp. For those who don't know, that was the name of my guitar pedal gear page at the time. I was posting a lot of small builder demos. It's kind of how I got my start in pedals. So yeah, it's happened. A lot has happened. Their initial apartment that I started Fuzz Imp in. Ended up getting behind on rent, had to move kind of suddenly, moved to Portland with a roommate friend of mine for a year. Been back in Amity since about summer of 2025. No, 2024. Summer of 2024. Sheesh, it's been a minute. And kind of, refocusing on, catching up the backlog, keeping it tight, working a little more focused on things, and cutting overhead, because a lot of my friends that started around the same time or around when I did ended up having to close up shop just because of there not being enough sales or enough interest in guitar pedals. I would say the last couple of years have been a little more modest. So like last year, total sales were actually slightly down from the year before, but the amount per sale was slightly higher, so people are buying more pedals. And I'm not heavily discounting as much anymore because people are willing to pay a fair price for a good pedal. So I'm hoping to continue and upload more on YouTube. Obviously, I'm very active on Instagram. Really easy to get a hold of me there. It's at Fuzz Imp on Instagram. I post on Threads quite a bit if you're a fan of those. I've just noticed overall my interest and dedication to social media has declined quite a bit, especially Facebook. I hardly ever use it anymore. I think this is pretty common in a lot of customers as well. Just noticing a lot of AI slop, a lot of click and rage bait. It makes it a lot less of a environment suited to people, having community and exploring things and wanting to buy pedals, really. There's a lot going on in the world. I'm not discounting that, but I'm saying there's a lot of accounts that are just adding a lot of negativity in terms of, a lot of recycled content, headlines. This is and nothing political. I'm just talking about in general, like old music tea from years ago. Just weird stuff has been going on, and I'm getting a little over it. I think I've had friends in the past that were like, "Oh, I hate social media. I want to be off of it." And I think it's just because the overall drain of so much going on in the world and feeling powerless in terms of all this tech stuff that's going on, kind of the push of AI and stuff like that. And I feel it too. I have to take breaks sometimes. I try to practice what I call post and ghost. So it's kind of like make a piece of content, post it, get out, go on with my day. But I want to say a big thank you to everyone who's been a fan of Fuzz Imp. Some fans have been with me this entire time, since the very beginning days. Have been loyal customers and really supportive, and I am so grateful and thankful for each and every one of you. Or even if you're just hearing of Fuzz Imp now, it's really nice to meet you, and I'm going to keep making really cool pedals. I have more to get done today. But yeah, fuzzimp.com, the socials are there. I'm posting video clips and demos here and there constantly, and I plan on ramping that up, using a little more production value, showing things in more of a mixed context rather than just cell phone videos. But even then, now I have a cell phone that actually records really well, and so I'm hoping to take advantage of that. And I hope you all have a really good time. I'm going to be really busy, hopefully, this spring season, and hopefully have some really cool new stuff to share with you. But if there's anything you want from Fuzz Imp, definitely drop a comment below if there's a model that's sold out. I plan on bringing back Sender 5 and Adventure as soon as possible. Boards are really expensive, and so buying a bunch ahead of time has been prohibitive. I have them on my list. I'm working towards them, but having so many different variants and models of things, it is challenging to keep everything in stock all the time. But I'm doing my best, and yeah, we'll catch up again soon. Hopefully, you'll see some really cool videos and demos from Fuzz Imp right away. And I hope you have a really good rest of your day, and thank you.